Hey guys, in this video, I'll go over the essential plugins that you should download on your WordPress website to set you up for success. And I'll also go over how to set up a few of them. So let's get right into it. Hey, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jake Full, and I built a 6-figure blogging business all on the side while I was working my 9-to-5 job. And I was able to quit my job and go full-time as an entrepreneur, doing what I love every single day. And I want to teach you exactly how to do the same. And so if that sounds interesting, make sure to click the link in the description below and sign up for my free 30-minute blogging masterclass. It's an entire overview of blogging and affiliate marketing and how easy it is to get your own website started, create a brand online, and start generating passive income every single month. Because I have built entire website templates in a box that you can import in less than 1 minute. And then I also have over 400 individual website templates that you can mix and match however you would like to create pages and blog posts 10 times faster than anybody else out there. And so make sure to click that link in the description below and get signed up for the free training. And let's get back to the video. All right, so let's real quick go over the essential plugins that you should download on your WordPress website. And the very first one is going to be Kadence Blocks, which is the free version that we already have on our website because that was already installed and activated when we imported our Start Blogging theme. Number 2 is the Kadence Starter Templates plugin, which is also free. And this one was already installed and activated as well because it was needed to import in the Start Blogging theme. So you should already have the first 2 plugins installed and activated on your website. Number 3 and number 4 are Kadence Theme Pro and Kadence Blocks Pro. So Kadence Theme Pro, even though it says it's a theme, it's actually a plugin that you install to give you additional pro functionality on your website. And I'm going to be showing you how to use a number of these Kadence Theme Pro features on your website throughout the videos here, with the biggest one being element hooks, which allows you to build a little content section and then hook that into your website. So for example, one of the things we'll build with element hooks will be an affiliate disclaimer that you can automatically put on all of your blog posts in just a few minutes rather than needing to manually add it yourself. And then with number 4, Kadence Blocks Pro, this will unlock a number of additional pro blocks that you can use on your website to build pages and blog posts. In both Kadence Theme Pro and Kadence Blocks Pro come in any of the Kadence bundles, which I'll go over in a little bit. Number 5 is we will be installing Akismet or Anti-Spam Bee, and these are both plugins that will help reduce comment spam on your website. Number 6 is Safe SVG. And so this is just a tiny little plugin, and all it does is it allows you to upload SVG images to your WordPress website. And I'll be showing you how to create your very own personal brand logo in a later video using only AI and Canva. And we're actually going to be exporting out that logo as an SVG file. And so this plugin will allow us to upload it to our WordPress website. Number 7 is a very popular plugin called RankMath, which we'll be using for SEO, which is search engine optimization. And this will unlock a number of things that will help you rank on Google. Number 8 is PrettyLinks or Thirsty Affiliates. The last I knew, both of these plugins are actually owned by the same company, so they're very, very similar. But each of these plugins is an affiliate link manager, and it will allow you to easily manage all of the affiliate links once you go and start applying for affiliate programs. Number 9 is Wordfence, which is a security plugin. And number 10 is Updraft, which we'll use for site backups. And even though your hosting should be taking daily backups, it is always helpful to have an additional tool as a backup so that you have your own local copy of your website in case anything ever goes wrong. And then in later videos, I'll be showing you how to set up SG Optimizer, which you'll be using for the caching plugin if you're on SiteGround hosting, or I'll be showing you how to set up Flying Press, which is what I use for my caching plugin if you're using Rocket.net hosting. Also in a later video, I'll be showing you how to set up Kadence Conversions, which is an additional plugin from Kadence that comes in their full bundle. And this will allow you to implement pop-ups, banners, and slide-ins on your website to greatly increase conversions. And then lastly, there might be a few other little plugins that I have you install in later videos, but aren't essential for right now. All right, so the very first thing we're gonna do is get Kadence Theme Pro and Kadence Blocks Pro installed and activated on our website. And so here I am on the Kadence WP pricing page. And if we scroll down here, you can see that they have 2 different bundles, the Essential Bundle and the Full Bundle. And the Essential Bundle here has Kadence Blocks Pro and Kadence Theme Pro included with it. And so you're more than likely going to be looking at the Essential Bundle here, at least for starting out, But I will mention that in the full bundle here, you can see all of the additional plugins that come with the full bundle. So the full bundle also includes Kadence Blocks Pro and Kadence Theme Pro, along with the Pro Starter templates and Kadence custom fonts if you ever want to use custom fonts on your website. And then additionally, over the Essential bundle, you can see that it comes with Kadence Cloud. And this is the plugin that I've used to build Start Blogging blocks in case you ever want to create your own additional patterns and implement them on other websites. And then the big one here is Kadence Conversions, which I mentioned in the slides there. And that is the plugin that will allow you to build pop-ups and banners and slide-ins. And so even though I won't show you how to set that up until a later video, I highly recommend going with the full bundle because Kadence Conversions alone is well worth the money. And I'll show you exactly how I have made thousands of additional dollars per year using very simple pop-ups on my website. So I think you'll find that if you use Kadence Conversions, it will easily pay for itself and justify the price bump here. And then you also get Kadence WooCommerce Shop Kit. We're not going to be using WooCommerce in this course, but if you are ever selling things with WooCommerce, this is a really, really nice plugin to have. And then they also have a child theme builder, which is what I've used to create Start Blogging themes. So if you ever want to build your own child themes, that is the plugin that you would use for that. And then another really nice thing with the full bundle is it does give you exclusive access to all future products that they come out with. And Kadence is constantly innovating and adding new things. So I would highly recommend the full bundle, and that's what I use. And then as we scroll down here, you'll also see that there's one more option, and that is the lifetime full bundle. And so what that is this full bundle here, but rather than paying a yearly subscription, you can pay a one-time fee and own it forever. Now I do have an exclusive discount code for being a part of this course, and so I will have a link in the description below for more info to save you some money. But if we scroll back up here, whichever plan you decide to use, just click the button to get that plan, and then you'll purchase, and I'll show you how to get it set up on your website. All right, so once you have an account with Kadence WP and you've purchased a bundle, you should see a My Account page or something similar to this. And then if we scroll down here, I'm going to go to the option that says Download Files. And here, as I scroll down here, you'll see a list of all of the plugins that Kadence has. So the two plugins you should be focusing on right now are the Kadence Pro plugin, which is the premium add-on for the Kadence theme. And so you'll click Download next to that one. And then also down here, you'll see Kadence Blocks Pro. And so that will be the pro version of Kadence Blocks, which will unlock additional pro blocks that you can use. And you can click download on that one. All right, so with the Kadence Theme Pro and the Kadence Blocks Pro plugins downloaded from the Kadence site, here I am on the back end of my WordPress website here. And I'm going to go over to the left-hand side here where it says plugins and click that. And now here on your plugins page, it's probably going to look something similar to this. For some reason, WordPress likes to add this Hello Dolly plugin in here. You absolutely don't need it. And so if you see it in here, just simply click delete right here. And then I'm going to confirm that and click OK. All right, so that deleted that plugin. Akismet, you can see, is here, and I'll show you how to set up that shortly here. But what we're going to do is add Kadence Theme Pro and Kadence Blocks Pro. So I'm going to come up to the button here that says add new plugin and click that. And then you'll see a list of plugins here, and we already have the plugin file. And so I'm going to come up to the button that now says upload plugin and click that. And then you'll see a little file chooser show up. So just click choose file and click the zip file that you got for Kadence Theme Pro. All right, so I've gone in and chosen the Kadence Pro zip file that I downloaded for Kadence Theme Pro. And one really important thing that I do want to note is that if you use Safari to download your files, Safari tends to automatically unzip files by default when you go and download them, and you do not want that. And so I would recommend using a different browser other than Safari to download your files so that they stay as a zip file. Otherwise, it's not going to work correctly. So with that file chosen, I'm going to click install now. All right, so you can see it gives this little message and it says plugin installed successfully. And then I'm going to click the button that says activate plugin. All right, awesome. So you can see that we have Kadence Theme Pro installed and activated on our website now. And you will see a little message up here that says Kadence Pro has not been activated. But don't worry, we will activate Kadence Theme Pro and Kadence Blocks Pro after we get the Blocks plugin on here. And so let's go add Kadence Blocks Pro to our website as well. So I'm going to come up here to add new plugin and click that. I'm going to click upload plugin. And then once again, you'll see this file chooser. And so I'm going to come in here and choose the Kadence Blocks Pro zip file that I downloaded from the Kadence site. All right, so I've chosen the Kadence Blocks Pro zip file and I'm going to click install now. So once again, you'll see that little message that says the plugin was installed successfully. And I'm going to click the button that says activate plugin. All right, awesome. So we now have Kadence Theme Pro installed and activated. And we also have Kadence Blocks Pro installed and activated on our website. But now what we need to do is enter our license key into each of these plugins to fully activate them. So as I mentioned, you'll see the couple of messages up here. And the very top one says Kadence Pro has not been activated. So I'm going to click the link that says click here to activate. So here we are on the Kadence Theme Pro page, and you'll see a little box here in the upper right with an input that says license key. And so we need to go get the license key from your Kadence WP account and add it here. So I'm going to jump back to the Kadence WP site, and then you'll see in your little menu here, there's an option here that says product API keys. So I'm going to click that. And so on the license keys page, you'll see this item at the top here, and you'll see your API key, and there's a little button here that says copy key. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to jump back to our site and paste it in there. All right, so here we are back on the website. I'm going to come into the license key box, and I'm going to press Control V on Windows or Command V on Mac to paste my license key and then click Save Changes. All right, awesome. So assuming everything worked, you'll see a little message that says your license key is valid, and we now have successfully activated Kadence Theme Pro. So with your license key still copied, we're going to go and now activate Kadence Blocks Pro. And so you'll see a little message up here that says the following plugins have not been activated, Kadence Blocks Pro. And so I'm going to click the message here that says click here to activate. And then on this page here, you'll see that you'll paste your API license key in this box. And then you'll also enter in the license email that you used for your Kadence WP account, and then you'll click activate. All right, awesome. So that works as well. And you can see that we now have the Kadence Blocks Pro plugin activated on our website. So let's go enable a few of the Kadence Theme Pro features that we will be using for our website. So over in appearance on the left-hand side here, you'll see that there's an option that says Kadence. And so I'm going to click that. And now here we are back on the Kadence Theme Pro page. And if I scroll down here, you'll see a list of the pro add-ons that you can activate on your website. And what's really nice is that if you don't use some of these, you can keep them disabled and none of the code is going to run and it's not going to ever show on your website. All right, so there are 4 pro add-ons that I'll have you activate right away. The first one is going to be header add-on. So I'm going to enable this. And what that will do is give you a number of additional elements that you can use to build out the header on your website, which I'll show you in a later video. The second add-on we're going to activate is the header/footer scripts. So I'm going to click that. And so what this does is allows you to easily add code to your website. And so the main thing that we're going to be using this for is to install Google Analytics. And so when we go and do that, it gives you a little snippet of code that you can go and add to your website. And so this will allow us to do that really easily without needing to install another plugin. The third pro add-on that I'm going to have you enabled is hooked elements. So I'm going to click that. And these are the element hooks that I talked about in the slide earlier in the video. And these are huge for being able to customize our website and are going to save you so much time. And then the fourth add-on that I'm going to have you enabled are local gravatars. So I'm going to click that. And so what this does is the little tiny image that shows on your blog post when it says, hey, this blog post was written by so-and-so, you have a little image of yourself, and that's a gravatar, which stands for globally recognized avatar. And when you enable local gravatars, it will go and automatically load that image from your servers to help improve the speed of your site. Now, a couple of additional add-ons that you might want to enable are conditional headers. And what this does is it allows you to create additional headers for your website. So if you want one page to show a completely different header than the rest of your website, you can do that. But for now, I'm just going to leave that disabled because we're not going to be using it. And then for the ultimate menu add-on, this allows you to create mega menus for your website. So if you ever see really crazy mega menus, such as on Amazon or some sort of e-commerce brand, where you hover over an option and there's all these different options that show different pictures or icons or things like that, you can do that with the ultimate menu, but I'm not going to be showing you how to do that right now. So we're going to leave that disabled. And then further down here, you'll see there's an infinite scroll pro add-on. And what that will do is enable infinite scroll on your archive pages. So if anyone's ever on an archive page and they're scrolling through a list of your posts or whatever, rather than having pagination where it says, hey, go to page 2, page 3, etc., it will just keep loading more posts and keep going until it eventually runs out. And then the color palette switch is a little toggle that you can add to your website that will allow users to switch between light mode and dark mode on your website. It can be a little finicky when it gets into dark mode, and it's a little hard to tweak. And so I'm just going to leave it disabled and just have our whole website be a light theme, which I personally prefer. And I think it looks nicer and it's easier to read. And then the last one is archive custom settings. We aren't going to be using this, so I'm just going to leave this disabled. All right, so that's everything for Kadence Theme Pro. Let's real quick look at Kadence Blocks Pro. So on the left-hand side here, I'm going to click on the option that says Kadence Blocks. And here is a simple list of all the Kadence blocks that you have access to on your website. And so all of the first ones here are all the free blocks all the way down here until we get to around the split content area here. And so this split content block, the post grid / carousel, the modal and the product carousel, video pop-up, and the portfolio grid are all of the additional pro blocks that are now added onto your website that you can use to build pages and blog posts. So with Kadence Theme Pro and Kadence Blocks Pro installed and activated on our website, let's go get more essential plugins. So on the left-hand side here, I'm going to click on plugins. And now we're going to install Akismet, which is the plugin that I told you helps prevent comment spam on your blog. And you can see that it was already installed on my blog. But if you don't already see it here, you can go and click add new plugin and search Akismet, which is Akismet, and it should show up and you install it. But it's still not activated on my website. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate the plugin, and then you'll see that what it has you do is set up your Akismet account. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the button that says set up your account, and you can see they have a list of their pricings here. I'm gonna click get personal, which is free, or you can name your price. And then here's where they have a little interactive bar that says what is spam protection worth to you. If you'd like, you can just bring that down to $0 a year. And then you do have to click and verify that you don't have ads or aren't selling products and things on your website, because technically for a commercial website, you should be using one of their pricing plans. But I personally think that $10 per month for this is crazy, and I would never pay that. And so if you decide that you don't want to use their free version, or you don't want to pay for it, which I haven't done, then you could use a different plugin called Anti-Spam Bee. But since we're just getting started with our blog here, I'm going to choose these three options, and I'm going to click continue with personal subscription. All right, so you can see it has our order page here, and it says we're on the personal plan, and then it will have you enter your billing information, even though it's going to be free. So I'm gonna come in here and plug in my email and select my country, and then click continue to payment. All right, so once you have added your email and selected your country, you'll see that it says free purchase, and then all you'll do is click complete checkout. All right, so once you have completed your free purchase, you'll see a message that says thank you for your purchase, and then it will give you an API key, which we will then copy over to our website. And so I'm gonna come here where it says copy API key and click that. And then we're gonna go back to our website and fill it in here. So here we are back on the website, and you can see that there's a link here that says manually enter an API key. So I'm gonna click that. And then I'm gonna paste my API key that I got from my purchase and click connect with API key. All right, great. So you can see that Akismet now says it's protecting our site from spam, happy blogging. And then you can see that there's an API key here. And then for the comments here, I'm gonna leave this disabled where it says show the number of approved comments beside each comment author. And then for spam filtering, you can either have it always put the spam in your spam folder for you to review, but 99.9% of the time it's just gonna be spam junk that you never need to see. So I'm just gonna choose the option that says silently discard the worst and most pervasive spam so that you never see it. And then that way you never even need to deal with it. And then if you like, for privacy, if GDPR applies to you, you can have it display a privacy notice under your comment forms. So choose that if GDPR applies to you. I'm just gonna leave it disabled for now, and I'm just gonna click save changes. All right, so let's go set up our next plugin. So I'm gonna go over to the left-hand side here where it says plugins and click that. And now we're gonna add the Safe SVG plugin, which is a very small plugin, but it's gonna allow us to upload SVG images to our website. So I'm gonna come where it says add new plugin and click that. And then over here in the search, I'm gonna click in here and type Safe SVG. All right, so you can see that I searched for Safe SVG, and it's the very first option here. So I'm gonna click install now. And now that it's installed, that button will change to an activate button, and you can click that. All right, great. So we have Safe SVG installed and activated on our website. There's literally nothing to do. All it does is just adds a little snippet that will allow us to upload SVG images for our website, which like I said, we will be using for your personal brand logo that I'll show you how to create in a later video. And now the next plugin that we're going to get is RankMath for SEO on your website. So I'm going to click add new plugin, and then over here in the search, I'm going to click in here and search RankMath. All right, so I have searched RankMath, and it is the very first option here that says RankMath SEO. I'm going to click install now. All right, so that has installed, and it now changes to an activate button. So I'm going to click that. So the very first thing that you'll see is it will have you connect a free RankMath account if you want to set it up, and you don't have to be using a free RankMath account. In fact, I think I'm indifferent either way, but if you'd like, you can click connect your account here. All right, so you'll see that it will have you create a RankMath account here, and so you can log into RankMath if you already have an account using Facebook or Google or an email or a password. But if you don't already have a RankMath account, then you'll see it says not a member yet, and then you'll click the register now button. But I already have an account through RankMath, so I'm just gonna sign in here. All right, so you can see it says plugin activation, and it says you're about to activate the RankMath free plan, and it will show the URL of your website. And if that all looks good, then click OK, activate now. Okay, now that we have created our free RankMath account, you'll see that it brings you to this guide that will help guide you through setting up the RankMath plugin here. And you'll see that there are a couple of options here, an easy mode and an advanced mode. And the advanced mode just gives you a little more granularity and allows you to change more settings, whereas the easy mode is more of just a set it and forget it type of thing. But they also do have a note down here that says you can easily switch between the modes at any point. So I'm gonna leave it set as advanced here, and then I'm gonna click the button that says start wizard. So here we are on the first step of the wizard, and this is all information about your website. So you can see it says your website, and it has the name Ethan Blackwell. And then it also does say if you are new to RankMath, you can click here to learn more. So if you ever get stuck during this or you're not really sure what to do, I would click here, and they have a whole setup tutorial and a knowledge base that is really, really helpful for deciding which options are best for you. But I'm just gonna click this to get rid of that now. And then you'll see that it says Ethan Blackwell is a personal blog. And so I'm just gonna click on this drop down. It is a personal blog, so I'm going to leave that chosen, but you can see that there are a few other options such as a news site, a portfolio, a small business site, etc. But I'm just gonna leave it set as a personal blog. The website name should already be filled in, but if it's not, this is just gonna be the first name and last name if you're going down the personal branding route, or just the branded name of your company. And then if you have an alternate name, such as an acronym as a shortened version of your name, you can plug it in here. I'm not gonna put anything in here, so I'm just gonna leave that blank, and then I'll scroll down a little bit more here, and it says the person/organization name is first name, last name. And so that's the name that's gonna show in Google's knowledge panel if someone goes and searches your website. And then your logo for Google, you can upload here. Now the logo that you can upload to RankMath, we haven't created yet. I'll be showing you how to do that in a later video. But once you've created your favicon logo, which is just your circle or square logo with your personal brand logo inside there, then you can come and upload that to RankMath in their settings at a later point, since we don't have that right now. And then the default social share image, this is an image that if someone ever shares a URL of your website on Facebook or social media and there isn't a featured image for it to grab, it will automatically fall back to whatever image you put here. And so again, you're probably not going to have an image for this yet, but you can always go in and upload this to RankMath at a later point. So since we don't have these logos or the social share image, and you can do those at a later point, I'm gonna click save and continue. All right, so this next part is talking about analytics, and it has you connect to Google services if you would like. And so what this essentially does is it gives RankMath access to your data so that it can show it in a way on your WordPress dashboard. Now, this might be convenient for you, but I personally don't like giving my data and things like that to other tools. I like just creating a separate Google Analytics account and a Google Search Console account and accessing those sites separately. So it's completely up to you. I'm going to skip and not use Google services with RankMath, but if you would like, you can come in here and connect those. And even though we don't have Google Analytics set up at the moment, you can come in and connect it at a later point. So I'm gonna scroll down here, and you can see that there's an option that says skip steps. So I'm gonna click that. All right, so this next step is for your sitemap. And your sitemap is essentially a little file that tells Google all of the posts and pages and categories on your website so that Google can easily crawl your website and figure out what your site has to offer. So for the first sitemap option, I'm gonna leave that enabled. The second option here says to include images. So it says include a reference to images from the post content in sitemaps. This helps search engines index your images better. I'm gonna leave this enabled. And then for your public post types that you want to show up in your sitemap, you can see that there are 3 options listed here: posts, pages, and elements. So you definitely want to keep posts and pages checked, because that is going to keep all of your blog posts and your additional pages in the sitemap so that Google can index them. But you're going to want to disable elements here. And so elements shows because we went and enabled element hooks in Kadence, and that's a separate post type that it recognizes here in RankMath, but you won't ever want your individual Kadence elements to be indexed. And so just leave that deselected. And then for your public taxonomies, you will want to keep categories enabled so that Google will know all of the categories that exist on your website. And so I'm gonna scroll down here and then click Save and Continue. All right, for this step, these are a few SEO tweaks. And the first option here says to no index empty category and tag archives. And so all this essentially means is that if you have a category on your website, such as test category, and there aren't any posts or pages assigned to it, it's not going to index that category, which is what you want. So I'm gonna leave this enabled because we don't want any blank categories or tags to show up in your sitemap, because that's just gonna dilute your SEO. And so I would leave that enabled. The second option here is to no follow all external links. I would definitely keep this disabled. And so what this means is if you enabled it, is that every single external link that you ever put on your website, it's going to set as a no follow. And that's not what you want, because if you're in a blog post and you're referencing another article that is related to your blog post, you want that to be a do follow link. And so if you did have this enabled, it would automatically set all of those as no follow, and we don't want that. So leave that disabled. And then the very last option here is to open all external links in a new tab or window, and you should keep this enabled. So if you're ever linking to external websites, it's going to automatically add something so that it will automatically open those in a new tab or window for your users. And so we're done here, and I'm going to click Save and Continue. All right, so that's how easy it is to set up the guided tutorial from RankMath. We're done here, and I'm just gonna click Return to Dashboard. And so here we are on the RankMath Dashboard. If you don't see this, you can get to it by clicking the RankMath SEO option on the left-hand side in your sidebar. And here are all of the different modules that RankMath has that you can use on your website. And I personally think that RankMath actually does too much for what it's worth. And so I usually have a number of these disabled. And you can see that a number of them are disabled by default here. But if I scroll up here, I'm not going to get into each of these and what they do. You can read about them and whether you want them on your website or not. The one thing I am going to do is I am actually just going to disable the analytics option here for RankMath, since I don't plan on using analytics for my Google Analytics through RankMath. So I have that disabled. And then as we scroll down here, the ones that are enabled are things such as Content AI, instant indexing, the link counter. One of them that I do want to mention is the redirections. And so I do use this on my website. And so if you ever need to set up redirects, such as if you change the URL of a blog post, or you move your whole website or something like that, you can set up redirections here through RankMath. And so you would enable that here at the redirection module. And then if we scroll down here, schema, which is structured data, this is very important, and we will be using this, so make sure that's enabled. And then you have the SEO analyzer and the sitemap enabled, which is good. And then if you do decide to upgrade to the pro version of RankMath, which I personally use, but I don't know if you need it right off the bat, there is an option for a video sitemap feature, which helps videos get better seen by Google that are on your website. And so that's everything for the RankMath modules. The next thing we're gonna do is add an affiliate link manager plugin to our website. So on the left-hand side here, I'm gonna go to plugins, and I'm gonna go up to add new plugin. And then over in the search here, you can click in here and search either PrettyLinks or Thirsty Affiliates. Like I said in the slide earlier in the video, they are owned by the same company and they're essentially the same tool. So I really don't think that you can go wrong with either of them. I do think that the features and the user interface differ ever so slightly. But if you come in here, I'm gonna click in here and search PrettyLinks. So here's PrettyLinks, it's the first option. And then when you search PrettyLinks, you may actually see Thirsty Affiliates in there as well. I've personally been using PrettyLinks on my website for years. And so that's the one that I'm used to. Once again, you really can't go wrong with either of them. One thing I will point out is that PrettyLinks does have 10 times the amount of installations compared to thirsty affiliates. So you can see that right now, as of the making of this video, there are over 300,000 active installations of PrettyLinks, and there are 30,000 active installations of thirsty affiliates, but I'm just gonna go with PrettyLinks. So I'm gonna click install now, and that's installed, and then I'm gonna click the activate button. All right, so you get presented this welcome screen from PrettyLinks. It tells a little bit about PrettyLinks, and then if you scroll down here, it has a real quick 5-step guide of how to add links to your website. I don't think that we need a guided tour to set up PrettyLinks, so I'm not gonna click the get started button. And I'm just gonna click the PrettyLinks option on the left-hand side here. So here is your main PrettyLinks dashboard here where you will add your affiliate links. But one thing I do wanna go over quick are some of the PrettyLinks options. So on the left-hand side under PrettyLinks here, I'm gonna click on options. All right, so in the PrettyLink options here, you can see that there are a few default link options here. And this is a little technical, so I'm not gonna get into it, but for the redirection, I would just leave this set as a 307 temporary code. And so we're gonna leave that. And then for enable tracking, I would have that checked. And so that just tracks how many people have clicked on a certain link on your website. And then what's really nice about affiliate link plugins such as this is you can automatically enable no follow or sponsored attributes on your links for your affiliate links. So by default, they have no follow checked, and I would also enable the sponsored option as well. And so what these mean is that once you have an affiliate link, you're telling Google, hey, don't follow that website because it's an affiliate link. And Google has come out in recent years and said that they prefer you mark your affiliate links also as sponsored. And so it doesn't matter if you have both of them, you can have both of them. And that's what I do for my website. And so I would leave the redirection as 307 temporary, keep tracking enabled the no follow and enabled the sponsored, and then you can leave the permalink fix disabled. And then there are some additional options with PrettyLinks Pro here. I don't personally use PrettyLinks Pro on my website right now, but you can upgrade to it if you decide that the features are worth it. And then on the lower left here, I'm gonna click on the update button. All right, so we have your PrettyLinks options configured. One other thing I'm gonna do is come over to the clicks option on the left-hand side here under the PrettyLinks menu. And I just wanna show you the screen really quick so that once you start adding affiliate links, this is where you can see how many times people clicked on certain links, which is a nice little analytics piece. And then let's go back to the PrettyLinks dashboard really quick here. So I'm just gonna click on the first PrettyLinks option at the top here. And I'm just gonna show you how to add a test affiliate link here so you know what to do in the future. So I'm gonna come up to add new. And so for my example, I'm an affiliate of Kadence, and say that I apply for the Kadence affiliate program and I get accepted, and they give me an affiliate link that I can use on my website. Now, usually that affiliate link is kind of a big mess. It's a big slew of numbers and letters and things like that, and it doesn't look good on your website. And so what you wanna do is make that link pretty by plugging it into an affiliate link manager such as this one. So if you're adding a new link here, just for the test here, I'm just gonna type Kadence in here. Like I said, the redirection is 307, and that came from our default options, but if you ever wanted to change it, you can change it on a per link basis. And then in the target URL here, this is the affiliate link that you got from whatever company it is. And so I'm just gonna make something up here. All right, so this is a completely made up affiliate link, but it would look something like this, where it has the company name.com, and then it might have something such as /go, and then another slash with a bunch of numbers and letters. And you can see that this just doesn't look pretty. And so this is the target URL that it will go to once someone clicks on your pretty link. And then down here, you set up your pretty link. So it has your domain.com. So you can see it's ethanblackwell.com. And then there's a slash, and then you can put whatever you want here. And so for here, I would just type something like Kadence, and I'm gonna click off here. And so now, if anyone ever goes to ethanblackwell.com/Kadence, in the background, it's going to automatically do that 307 redirect and go to the actual affiliate link here, and then it will all get tracked perfectly. But this is great because the link now looks really clean. And then if you want to use it, you can just click copy to clipboard here. Otherwise, there's a really easy way to add affiliate links in blog posts, which I'll show you how to do in later video. And then lastly here, there's just a few notes. So if you want to add any notes about your affiliate link, you can add them here, and then you just click update to add your affiliate link. All right, so now that we have an affiliate link manager plugin on our website, the next thing we're going to do is install Wordfence for security. And so over in the left-hand side on plugins, I'm going to click that. I'm going to click add new plugin. And then over in the search, I'm going to click in here and search Wordfence. And so here it is. It's the first option that says Wordfence Security. and it currently has over 4 million active installations, which is crazy. And so I'm going to click install now. So that's installed, and I'm going to click activate. And so it comes up with a sign here that says get your Wordfence license. So I'm going to click that. And so here you have a list of their pricing plans. I have been using the free version of Wordfence on my sites for many, many years now, and it does plenty. And so I'm going to click the option that says get a free license. And so it comes up with this modal, and it's a little bit of a scare tactic, and it's just going to say, hey, you're not going to have real-time protection for 30 days. This is not a big deal at all. So click the link on the bottom here that says I'm okay waiting 30 days for protection. And so here it has your site URL, and then you'll just enter your email here, and then it will ask, would you like WordPress security and vulnerability alerts sent to you via email? I like having these, so I'm going to click yes. And then you'll also have to check the box that says you've agreed to their terms and conditions, and then you'll click register. All right, so then it says check your email, and it says that the license key has been sent to your email. So then you go to your email and get the license key. So here's the email I got from Wordfence. It's a little bit cut off here, but it says install your Wordfence license, and it says click the button below to automatically install the license key for your website.com. So this is really nice. You can actually just click this button and it will go and plug in the key for you. Otherwise, below this, there is a manual installation where you can grab the license key and manually plug it in. All right, so I clicked on the button in the email that said install your license automatically. And you can see that it has your email filled in here, and then it automatically has your whole license key filled in here as well. And then all you'll have to do is click install license. And it says your free license is installed, go to dashboard. So I'm gonna click that. And so here is your Wordfence dashboard, and it's gonna have a little onboarding modal that you can go through. And so you can just click next through here. And there are just a couple of things that I want to point out with Wordfence to make sure that you have the best settings. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go into login security. So under Wordfence in the left-hand side here, I'm gonna click on the option that says login security. And here you can see it says introducing the new Wordfence two-factor authentication. And so what I'm gonna do is just X out of this, and I will have these things blurred out, but here is where you can set up two-factor authentication. I personally use this on all of my websites because it is one of the most secure things that you can do to prevent hackers from getting into your website, so that even if a hacker were to ever get your password for your WordPress website, they would still need to go into an authenticator app on your phone or something like that and get the code for the second factor to authenticate. And so here is where you can set that up. You can use something like Google Authenticator, and then you can scan the QR code that they have here. And then they also have some backup codes that you can use here to log in your website if you ever need to. So once you get two-factor authentication set up, the next thing I'm gonna do is go into the options for Wordfence. So on the left-hand side here under Wordfence, I'm gonna click all options. So here's a list of all the Wordfence options. There's a couple things that I'm gonna point out here. So in the basic firewall options, I'm gonna click this. So one thing I wanna point out is that when you first put Wordfence on your website, it puts itself into learning mode. So you can see it's in learning mode here, and it's going to do that for 1 week. And there's nothing you need to do here, but it just gets to know your site better and the different calls that you're gonna make on your website to make sure that everything that should be going through does, and anything that shouldn't be going through does not. And so it will automatically enable this for you 1 week after you've installed Wordfence on your website. And then one other thing I'm gonna go over is in the brute force protection here. I'm gonna click on that, and then we're gonna scroll down here. And so when you have a WordPress site, there are going to be a number of bots that just go and try to hack your website. And that might sound really scary, but as long as you don't have obvious things such as admin as your username, and you have Wordfence installed, or you're using rocket.net or SiteGround Security or things like that, it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult for someone to hack your website. And that's why we put all of these things on here. So the first option here, it says lockout after how many login failures. So if you click on here, I'm just gonna change this to 10. And so all that essentially means that is if a bot or somebody goes and tries to log in your website and they're unsuccessful 10 times in a row, they're going to get locked out. And then another option here says the lockout after how many forgot password attempts. I don't think that you're ever gonna do 20 forgot password attempts in a row, so I'm gonna also change that to 10. And then this is the time period that these happen in. So it's saying if someone clicks forgot password 10 times in 4 hours, which you're not going to do, then it will go and lock them out. Or if they try to log in 10 times in 4 hours, go ahead and lock them out. So I'll leave that set as 4 hours. And then the last option here is the amount of time that the user is locked out. I'm gonna lock them out for a day. And so I'm gonna come in here and choose 1 day. And so that way, if a bot comes in and tries to hack my website, after only 10 failures within 4 hours, it's going to automatically lock that out for 1 day before it can try again. And so that's great. And I'm going to come up here to the upper right and click Save Changes. All right, with those settings saved, the last thing I'm going to do is scroll up to the top here, and you can see it says to make your site as secure as possible, take a moment to optimize the Wordfence web application firewall, and click here to configure. So I'm going to click that. All right, so then there's a modal here that says to optimize the Wordfence firewall, and this gets pretty technical, so I'm not going to get into it, but let's just go through here. You can see that it has selected the server that you're using based on their tests. And so I would generally just leave that set. And then there's a button here that says to download the htaccess file as a backup, which it requires you do because it is going to tweak that file just in case you need to revert those changes. So I'm going to click the button that says download htaccess. And so that went and downloaded a txt file with the backup of my htaccess file up in my downloads here. I'm going to click off that, and now the continue button lights up. So I'm going to click that, and you can see that the installation was successful. So it already did everything that it needs to do, and it tweaked that file ever so slightly, and everything's working great. So we can now close out of it. So that's everything that we need to configure for Wordfence. In general, Wordfence just works in the background, and it's really, really nice, and it's going to keep your site protected. So now it's time to set up our last essential plugin. So I'm going to go over to the left-hand side and click plugins, and I'm going to click add new plugin. And the last plugin we're going to install is the Updraft plugin, which we are going to use for backups. And so I'm going to click in the search here and search Updraft. And you can see that the first option here shows up that says UpdraftPlus, which is a WordPress backup and migration plugin. So I'm going to click install now. So that's installed. I'm going to click activate. All right. And so here's a little onboarding thing. It says welcome to UpdraftPlus. Press here to start. So I'm going to click that. Okay. So the very first thing it has you do is take a backup right now. And so I'm just going to click the backup now button, and then it comes up with this modal and it says include your database and your files in the backup. I would leave those checked, and then I'm going to come down and click backup now. All right, so you can see that down here it has already created our backup for us. And there's not really a whole lot on this website, so this is going to be a pretty small backup. And so one thing that I want to mention is that this backup that it just took is storing that backup on your actual server. And we don't want to have years worth of backups stored on your server because that's going to use additional space. And so one thing I would recommend doing with UpdraftPlus is setting up an external storage service such as Dropbox or Google Drive or something like that, and sending the backups to that, so that all of the backups are offloaded onto that rather than being on your server. So in order to do that, you can go over to the settings tab here. I'm going to click that. And so here is where you can set up an external storage service such as Dropbox or Google Drive. And you can see at the top here, it says the file backup schedule is manual. I'm going to change this to be weekly. And then also for the database backup schedule, I'm going to change that to weekly as well. And so what that will do is every single week, it will automatically back up both the files and the database for your website. And then this option says to retain this many scheduled backups. And so I'm just going to up this to 3 for each of these. And so this means that it's going to keep 3 weeks worth of your files backup and your database backed up on your external service that you choose. Now, I'm not going to get in how to set up the external service through here because I don't know what you're going to use, but I personally like using either Dropbox or Google Drive down here. And these don't take up a lot of space, so you can generally use the free version of Dropbox or Google Drive and have plenty of storage to be able to back up 3 different weeks worth for your site. But say you want to set up Google Drive here, you would click that, and then I'm going to scroll down, and you can see that you then can sign in with Google, and you'll authorize Updraft to be able to upload these backups to your Google Drive. And then I would leave all of these options checked and things like that, but it will run you through how to do that. So there you have it. We now have all the essential plugins installed and activated on your website. This was a little bit of a longer video. I hope this video was helpful for getting a number of those plugins installed and activated, along with setup on your website so that your blog is set up for success. That's all I have for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.